How's all my people out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. We have an unboxing for you today. This one's coming from the Knife Center. The Knife Center. This is the first thing I bought from the Knife Center in quite a while. And the reason why I bought it at the Knife Center because they had the best price and they're offering some little goodies to go with the knife too. So I just couldn't resist. I went ahead and got this from the Knife Center. But anyway, let's check it out. See what I got. Opening up the box today is my Tuff-Lite, which is one of the best little EDC user knives I think that's out there. I use it for just about everything. It's a great utility knife. All right, here we go. Cold steel. Let's see what other little goodies I got here. E-gear, LED technology. Tag it, dual function, clip-on signal light. Steady on or flashing. Visible for over a mile. So this will help you if you ever get lost somewhere and people have to find you, I guess, huh? Let you take a look at that. This is one of the little gifts that they give you at the Knife Center when you make a purchase. If you gotta add the coupon code though. So it's a little coupon code that they sent me in my email, I think it was. Okay, let's put that back in here for right now. What's in this little box? This is the thing that sort of, I think, attracted me to this deal. Because I've been wanting a little tiny knife. This comes with the, can you see that? It's moving around, huh? There we go. Let's open up the blades. Screwdriver, a nail file, bottle opener, and a little blade. That is sweet. I actually like this. It's the gift that they give you when you make a purchase, if you use the coupon code. Little utility knife, little keychain utility knife. I'm actually going to put this on my keychain. I actually really like that. I was thinking about getting a little neck knife, but they're kind of expensive, so I sort of hesitated on that. Anyway, let's set this aside. Let's get into the knife. Okay, here it is, fellas. Guys and gals, you know I've been wanting this forever. There it is. Okay, as you can see, it's the Tiger Claw Serrated version. Blade length is 3 inches, overall length is 9 inches. Steel is Carpenter CTS-XHP alloy. Blade thickness is 3.5 millimeters. Handle length is 6 inches, G10. Weight is 5.1 ounces. The number for it, the model number is 22KFS Tiger Claw Serrated Edge. And like you know, I've been wanting one that I can carry in Sacramento, in the Bay Area, when I go to the Bay Area, where they have 3-inch blade limits. And you can't carry a knife that has a blade. You're not supposed to carry a knife that has over a 3-inch blade. Whoa, that is beautiful. Blade center perfect. Every knife I've ever gotten from the knife center has always been perfect. I've never gotten a flawed knife from knife center. Very nice. Smooth. Very nice. Beautiful. And put my finger in the grip. Whoa, it gives me a lot of reach there. Gives me a lot of reach when you put your finger in the hole. So you get a lot more than 3 inches worth of reach. Let's see how much reach I'm getting. I didn't realize that. Now we get that much reach out of it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, when you put your finger in that grip, you got, let me see what's the best way to show you guys. About 5.5 inches of grip. I mean reach. About 5.5 inches of reach. Can you see that? Actually about 5.25. Looks like 5.25 inches worth of reach when I grip it. So that's like having a knife with a 5-inch blade. Because if you are getting the combat, you usually don't use the whole blade. You usually just use like the first couple of inches to 3 inches of the blade. So having a blade that comes all the way back here is not necessarily all that important. What's important is this part of the blade. It's beautiful. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got CTS alloy, steel, 3.5 millimeter thickness. And it looks like it's thick all the way up to the tip too. This looks like a real strong blade. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see how it's thick all the way to the tip? That's a strong blade there. That makes a real strong tip. That tip's not going to get messed up. You got vertical and horizontal grind marks, grind lines on the blade. Like the Tiger Claw. The markings are really nice on it. This one, like my Black Talon, has the thin scales. Can you see that? Thin, as opposed to, let me see, let's show you the difference in thickness. This is the old Talwar. See how it's a lot slimmer? And the Talwar, this one is slim enough for me anyway. So it's like no big deal. But this is even flatter. So it's going to sit really nicely in the pocket. But I sort of like this grip without the ring hole. that feels really nice because the finger groove, the finger choil really grips into your hand and it really locks it into your hand. This grip this way too without the finger hole is really nice. This is a nice knife. Okay, back to the blade steel, CTS-XHP alloy. The handles, And the frame is has no steel liners. It's totally American G10. The ring and the rear backspacer, that backspacer is made out of aluminum, 6061 heat treated aluminum, and they really got it hooked up in there. If you can see that. So it's got screws on both sides holding the ring. It's a very strong built knife, it looks like. Lock bar is aluminum. It's got jimping on the lock bar. Sort of like the holdout in some of the other models. It has the wave feature, so you can wave it out your pocket. This one I think I'm going to set up for a reverse grip to be waved out of my front right pocket. So I'm going to put the clip on this side. I might swap the clips around. I don't know. I'll test it out, see what I like best. But this knife is perfect. Nothing's wrong with it. They were supposed to come out with a new locking system, but for some reason I guess they decided not to make the new locking system. The new Tri-Lock was supposed to disengage from the front, but for some reason it didn't make it into production. I don't know if it couldn't pass the test or if it was too hard to disengage or what. That Cold Steel has never told us the reason why. And so they reverted back to the old style Tri-Lock, which is okay to me. Even though I wanted to try out the new one, I'm used to the old one. So it works fine for me because I can open and close real easy with one hand anyway. This one feels a little bit stiff because it's brand new. It's not broken in yet. I'll probably polish the lock bar, polish the spine of the blade all the way to the tip, from the tang to the tip. Take the wave feature off and polish that all out, and put it back on. Sort of like I did my black Talon. See, you can see. Yeah, let me wipe it down so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see the difference. I just like the polish. It looks a little bit more finished when you polish it out. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful the way it is. It's just the way I prefer it. Well, see, this is all broken in now. It was stiff too at first. But I've been carrying it every day since I had it. And I really love the black Talon. This is probably my new favorite 4-inch blade to carry. And the reason why I like it is because, you know, I like the thin handle frame or scales or whatever you want to call it. The new G10 for these. They're nice and thin. And so it conceals really nicely in your pocket, and it's still strong. This American G10 is some awesome stuff that Cold Steel uses. This like super strong handle material. And it won't have any corrosion or anything like that problems either. So I think it's a really nice material that they use. There's those. So you can show you the difference. Wipe this blade down a little bit. This one needs to be wiped too, huh? Got the oil on it from Cold Steel. There they are, the two I've been wanting. I was telling everybody I was going to get these. And here they are. The only one enough that I really want to get for right now is a Swift. I want a DLC Swift. That's the next one you guys will see from me. It's a DLC Swift. The new assisted opening folder from Cold Steel. And after that, I'm going to chill. I won't be getting any more for a while. And I got pretty much all the ones I want. And the other one I really would like to have is also it's a 4 Max, but that's pretty, I'll have to wait on that one. I have to wait until the price comes down on that one because it's a little bit out my bracket for as far as, you know, finances for pocket knives and stuff like that is concerned. But I do want one because the American, you know, I'm a collector. I like to collect knives. These two will be carried though. These aren't collectors for me. These will be users. These will be in my pocket all the time. There they are. Set this one aside. I really liked it. This one also only has one pocket clip, so I guess it's because that pocket clip's good for both sides. I always save my boxes. Yeah, you can set that out here so you guys can see. This one. But yeah, absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. It's absolutely what I thought it would be. It's beautiful. All the grind marks and everything are perfect on it. Cold Steel has really stepped up their game this year. They've improved on their quality control, if you ask me. Because before in the past, I have gotten a couple that weren't perfect when I first got them, but they weren't so bad that I would have to send them back to Cold Steel though, because I knew how to correct the issues that they had. But you know, this year I haven't. You know, this is my fourth. This is my fourth knife for this year. And none of the knives I've received this year had any kind of flaws. Two of them came from Cold Steel Ventura, the Special Projects headquarters in Ventura, California. The Rawls and my extra large Espada, both of those came from Cold Steel headquarters in Ventura, California. This one comes from the Knife Center. And my Black Talon, this one came from Oso Grande. And the next one I get, the Swift, will be coming from Midway. So I'm making the rounds here, huh? But that's the way the deals. I've followed the deals, and the best deal I've seen on the Swift so far is at Midway. So that's what I'll be getting that one from. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Finally got it. It's finally here. And this really, it seems like it's bigger than 3 inches. That's a big 3 inches. Let me see. Yeah, it's more like 3.5 inches. I knew it was bigger than 3 inches. Depends on where you measure it from, huh? So if you measure from down here, because a lot of times when they measure the length of a blade, they'll go from the blade tang, where the blade tang meets the handle. They don't actually go from the edge. They go from the bottom of the tang to where it meets the handle. If you do that, this one's 3.5 inches. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? So it's bigger than a 3-inch blade. And so if you measure from up here, it's 3.25. So it's definitely not a true 3-inch blade. It's in between 3.25 and 3.5 inches legally, I think. I think that's how they would measure it legally. Let me see if you measure the edge. If you measure the edge, it's still 3.25. So it's over 3 inches. It's not a 3-inch knife. So all those of you that were wanting the true length of this, it's about in between 3.25 and 3.5 inches. The edge length is 3.25 inches. It's 3.25. And if you include the blade tang from this point to this point, it's 3.5 inches. The edge from this point to this point is 3¼ inches. Let's see how much it weighs. It's supposed to weigh 5.1 ounces. I got 5 ounces. 5.1, so it's a little bit under 5.1, 5 ounces. That's what my thing's showing here. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. 5 ounces, 5.1, same thing. Close enough. Absolutely love it. Feels good in my hand. Feels good in all grips. When you use the ring, extend your grip by about another, looks like about an inch. Your reach from the forward grip without the ring is about 4¼ inches. You reach from like that with the ring to the point is almost 5½ inches. This would make an awesome self-defense weapon. We all seen Doug Makeda, all of us big knife fans anyway. We all know about Doug Makeda and his techniques with the Karambits. That's what turned me on to the Karambit, because I've been looking for a small knife that I can carry into the Bay Area and into Sacramento without getting hassled by the police if they see it or whatever, and being legal, but I still want a self-defense weapon. And this will fit the bill for me. I think it's just, I think the size of the blade won't really matter, because I think it's close enough to 3 inches that I'll still be safe with it. Especially since it's listed as a 3-inch blade. So I'm gonna carry it. This will be my carry into the Bay Area in Sacramento, in Northern California, where I live. Awesome. Not this one to use. Would make a great collector, but this one's going to be a user. It's going to be a daily user. Whenever we're going to certain parts of the area that I live in. Always like to have something in my pocket for emergencies, just in case. Whether it be for utility or self-defense or whatever I need it for. I've carried a knife all my life since I was in elementary school, since I was a Cub Scout in elementary school. We had to carry pocket knives when we were Cub Scouts. And we carried them to school too. But I've been a big knife fan forever. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. Again, you got American G10 scales, American CTS-XHP super stainless steel. It has a wave feature. The back spacer that holds the spring for the lock bar is made out of heat treated 6061 aluminum. It's held in place by, looks like 8 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 screws are holding it in place, so it's in there rock solid. Your lock bar is held by 1 pin. And then you have your torsion spring that's embedded into the back spacer. The spring tension is just right. It's not too hard and it's not too soft. Just right. The wave feature, perfect. Absolutely perfect knife. Highly recommend it. And that's what I got for today, fellas, guys and gals. I hope you enjoyed. This is one I've been wanting for a long time. I want this one more than all the other ones that I've purchased this year so far. This is one I want the most, because this is a knife I don't have a knife this size that I think is a good self-defense knife. I have the small holdout and the small recon, but to me those are really nice and concealable. Those are like, to me, are just like regular pocket knives, like EDC pocket knives. And I know that you can use any kind of edge weapon for self-defense or whatever, but I like things a little bit more purpose-built for self-defense, and that's what this is. This is totally purpose-built for self-defense. This is a martial arts weapon, like an Indonesian style karambit. That's what this is based on. And I've been waiting for a karambit that I thought was, you know, up to par to what I like, the features I like. And none of the karambits have like really, you know, like the different karambits by different companies. I'm not gonna mention anybody's names. They didn't have the lock systems I like, the blade lock. And you know, once you start using triads, and you get to see how great triad locks are and stuff like that, it's hard to go back to like a thin liner lock or something like that. You know, something that you know is not as strong and that wears out fast and stuff like that. And that's sort of like my dilemma. I've been spoiled by triad locks, and that's the lock I prefer now. Just about every knife I carry, well, absolutely every knife I carry is a triad. The only one that isn't is a Ti-Lite 6. That's just because I just love the Ti-Lite 6 so much. That's a nice knife. Looking forward to getting the new assisted opening Swift. That'll be a new one for cold steel. That's the reason why I'm getting that. It was between that and the Ultimate Hunter for me, because I wanted a plain edge utility knife that I can use for, you know, like everyday cutting task. And I was thinking about the Ultimate Hunter or the Swift, and I went with the Swift because the Swift is the newest. It's a brand new thing for cold steel. They've never had an assisted opening knife before, so I want to get that one. Because I got other knives that are sort of like the Ultimate Hunter, you know, that fulfill the same role, but they don't have the CTS-XHP, and that's the reason why I wanted to get one of those two. Because I've really, ever since I've been using CTS-XHP, I've really fallen in love with it. That's like my favorite steel now. The Oz 8 was never my favorite steel. It was just a good steel for a good price that was easy to maintain and easy to resharpen, and it still is. You know, it's still a real good steel for utility knives or whatever, but you got to be prepared to sharpen your knife all the time, to re-strop it and stuff like that, because they do go dull. But the new CTS blades, these steels are better. They don't, you know, it's better than 154 CM if you ask me. I think it's like on par with the S30V. That'd be the steel I would compare it to, like S30V. But it's a beautiful knife. To me, this is the best karambit you can get. I don't think there's any other karambit that's better than this one. That's my opinion. That's why I waited for this one. None of the other karambits have a locking system like this. The blade shape is perfect for a self-defense tactical knife. I like the serrations. Serrations on tactical knives to me are better. Because, you know, think about it. If you get into a combat situation with somebody, they're going to be dressed, right? They're not going to be naked. So most likely they're going to be dressed, and you have to cut through fibrous clothes and jackets and things like that to get to create an injury where you can get away from them. That's the way I sort of think. I don't think about killing people or anything like that. I think about, you know, if somebody attacks me or tries to mug me or rob me, you know, I'm going to pull out my knife and cut their tendon and get away from them, you know, so they can't run after me. That's the way I sort of think about self-defense with knives. I don't believe in, you know, trying to kill people. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I do like to have a last-ditch weapon in my pocket for just in case if I'm overwhelmed or somebody's bigger and stronger than me and it has ability, you know, and they're trying to kill me or take me out. You're going to have to deal with this. Perfect self-defense weapon. I really like it. I think with this ring, it'll be easier to extract it from your pocket, though. I think that'll be the good thing about this ring to me. Because I really don't think I need it for, you know, keeping my finger in it or whatever. But watching Doug Makeda, you know, the way he extracts them out of his pocket, he slips his finger in the ring and he just like pulls it out and in a reverse grip. That's the way I think I'm going to set this one up so I can do it like that. Very nice. Well, that's it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, my peoples. Here's the catalog. Oh, let me hit the catalog real quick. We already went over the specs. I just want to show it to you in the catalog. You got this one. This is the next one. The DLC Swift. All right. Peace.